the Power of One. And when we did that, everybody represented one. Y'all know how we say it, how we put it out there. On the one we ride, there's only one true. You know what I mean? One true God. So, when that happened, Aeileon, he's kind of, he had his ways. And I just went ahead and picked it up and kept it pushing. So we ended up getting in touch with this sister from Newark. She is a beautiful person. She heard our music online, and she's like, yo, I know some brothers that would be beautiful, would be perfect for what you guys are doing. And she introduced me to a brother known as Playboy Nyse. I use PBN because I try to teach the artist, man, the business. And a lot of brothers, like, if you'll learn from old folks' faults, you'll learn from Bones, what they told us, Bone folks have shared with us. I try to tell these brothers that protect your names, protect your namesakes, be careful how you put yourself out there. Sometimes they don't even understand. But for the first time in an online interview, I'm actually saying, yes, Playboy Nyse, who you probably know from the BTNH board and other boards, yes, he's the president. He has been for 3 years. But I try to protect my soldiers because I don't want them to get, Well, during that time, it was Playboy Nyse, Lady Infinite from the South, and a guy named Paradise out of Michigan. So I began to do that thing, kind of the way Murder Inc. did with all their artists. And, we had the situation with Aeileon, which was basically our stronghold, so Seven Sign was packaged, but it was something new off the Seven Sign, meat rack, kind of like the way the Young Lions ended up doing their thing, So with that being said, this is what, we were edging to do. And I've always been a person who wants my T's to be crossed and my I's to be dotted. So I really didn't put a lot of these artists out, per se, and things because I want the best deal for them. I want the best, I wanted everything to be official. So it's just now as of, that was 05 and 06, so it's just now of 4 or so years later, you know what I'm saying, maybe you could say even 5 years, that we're now able to really be where we're at. We've got everything dotted and crossed, so, I had there's going to be pre-releases of the original From Your Righteousness. There was a skit dissing M2G, we got controversial, but we still love him. There was, an interview that's yet to be released on that whole layout. So we ended up getting better songs. We got producers from Wu-Tang, put down the Lockheed Horseman. You can find it on YouTube. We got Who Done It as a producer/artist. Did the Bullet Droplets of Blood from the actual EPLP style project. So, the whole idea with From Your Righteousness, again, 2099 was to give odds because that album, like I said, was not done justice. People turned down money. There were plenty of people offering good money for that album, man. Even Seven themselves, the brothers, could have got paid lusciously, luxuriously. Why they refused or did not want to accept that offer, I have no idea. I guess maybe sometimes it has to do with who's bringing the deals to the table. But that's why they know me as Deals, because I deal a lot at the table. I deal with people. I do my best to deal righteously with people until, they cross me, the wrong way. So that's pretty much the story on what From Your Righteousness is now. And yes, very inspired, and I took it upon myself to take it back. So if you've seen Scorpion King 1 and you've seen the prequel Scorpion King 2, this is my Scorpion King 2 as odds to be for what he did out of that project. He took some different sounding beats, which kind of remind me of Resurrection anyway, and the Gifts smashed into each other. So he took these different sounds, and, he took that spirituality that, the one that taught us to promote, the higher power taught us to promote that love and that harmony. That really is what made Bone Thugs and Harmony who they are. So, From Your Righteousness 2099, man, it's going to be something spectacular. Yeah, of course, y'all can get the EP right now for $5.99. Amazon.com, iTunes, and it's a beautiful thing. Get a couple singles. And, like I said, as far as sales, we only have a couple albums for sale. Everything else we've been putting out has been for free. So, yeah, From Your Righteousness, man, is how we living, and it's basically a way of life. So it's all about a lifestyle and a philosophy, and that's why we followed up with that, which it will include to follow some singles, which you probably will recognize some verses, the verse from We Are the Warriors. There'll be some to that effect, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a beautiful thing. So also be looking out for From Your Righteousness, the song with me and Bizzy's on there. The pre-release version is coming out on FTNH, 2099 Street LP. So, yeah, for that question, that's the expose on it.
Earlier, when we were on the phone, you mentioned the street tape that you did with Baby Phil. Is that out yet?
With who?
Baby Phil?
Oh, actually, the street tape that we got is actually with DJ Skail. And DJ Skail, if people don't really realize who he was one of the primary producers / artists for Seven Sign Regime when it first came off the meat rack. So this man is an imperial producer. He produced over 1,500 tracks that had never been heard. So we got a street tape that we're going to introduce to you. There's going to be some songs that are going to be pre-releases, which you'll find out on FTNH, Future Thug and Harmony 2099. You'll find a pre-release on there for promotion. But, we want to make sure that he gets something out of it. So we're hoping you'll support these brothers. We've got songs featuring Bizzy on there. We've got songs featuring Bizzy Bone. And we've got songs featuring Baby Phil. So, it's going to be definitely a street tape now. It's going to be an underground, out-the-vault street tape. But it's beautiful, and it's called 1 to 10. You know what I'm saying? So we're hoping that, excuse me, y'all can sit back and respect it for what it is, because we realize that, I don't know how many people realize, but if y'all remember the Ouija board DVD that came off of the videos that came off the albums Ruthless that came out around the same time that they were trying to get things together for the final press-up of A Song for You. We talked plenty of times. Me and Skail linked up at Bizzy Bone's concert in Peabody's at Cleveland, which Baby Phil actually invited me out, and we already had free tickets and stuff courtesy of Low Key and everybody that was working the show. We were very VIPs, in fact. And if y'all don't know who Terry T is, that goes to show you how much you follow up again, because you can ask J-Mac, you can ask Lil D of the Immortal Thugs, you can ask Lil Chico Thug Queen Scant Bone who Terry T is. In Cleveland, he is the man. So everybody who's anybody's been through that studio. And myself have been through it as well. So we linked up with Peabody's, courtesy of J-Mac and Baby Phil, And so we went out there with the fan who done it was with me. And, yeah, man, it was thugged out. Y'all seen it on the YouTube. I was out there, y'all just couldn't see me, because they were very particular about who got on camera, and that was understandable. But, yeah, we had a shirt done for B, and he had his white suit on, and Baby Phil was there, and there was a gang of people. Well, of course, I'm a good person. I have a good memory when it comes to faces. And so I happened to be standing on the stage crowded with nothing but Thug Brothers from Thug Line, Seven Sign, and Most Thugs. And I looked to, I believe I looked to, what was it? It had to be my right. And I said, hey, man, are you Skail, man? Blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, that's me. Dude's tall, man. Tall as a tree trunk, man. He's a tall dude, and I'm like, wow, okay. So we got to chopping it up. And, he said, man, I know you got to be real because of how you spit, what's coming out of you, man. So we linked up, man, and from that day on, man, that was back in '07, we rolled out, man, just getting to know each other, learning more history, learning the real deal, right behind the scenes things about the whole Seven Sign situation, who his favorite managers were, this was someone who Bizzy said himself was like Seven Sign's Crazy Bone. So if you can make that analogy swim in your head, you can get an idea of what his lyrical content was really about. So, he was one of the more gutter street dudes, DJ, produce, sing, write, rap. He could do it all. So you'll get a chance to see that, and not to mention the productions that he's put down for our project, which, there'll be pieces of that coming out. We've got a nice, healthy amount of production that was given to him. So we managed him for a while, courtesy of the Power of One regime. So he's still regime family, courtesy of Next One and his label, Triple Beam /1 to 10. So that's been in the work. That's been done for some time, and it's been sitting because I want him to be able to get the best that he can get because, again, it's 1,500 tracks that, you guys haven't heard. Not to mention, if you know the Scant Bone album, Four Seasons, you'll hear that one song, I believe it's, there's a song that talks about, when you hear the song we put out, it's called Midwest Got Hoes, And you'll notice the sample that goes through that song is the same song you'll hear on a Skail Bone album that came out. Well, actually, Skail Bone wanted to be on the song with Skail, and he wasn't able to do. Well, they weren't able to make it happen, so there ended up being a remix like being done in honor of that track. So, Skail has definitely been behind the scenes as well with a lot of production. The Mo Thug 4, he had a bit track, so. Yeah, man, we got a lot of different things popping, man, and that's one of the biggest things that we can offer you guys. Is the Scales 1 to 10 street tape. So definitely be looking out for that. Big shouts out to Big Scales, and we haven't talked in some time, keeping it all the way real because everybody been doing their thing, but he's still, thugging it out in Cleveland. You know what I mean? Making things happen for himself, and he's went through a lot. He's a triple OG out of the Bone family. He's seen it all. DJ Ice is his cousin, in-law. So, I've spoke to DJ Ice a few times, but my main man, DJ Skail, yeah, that's where it's at, ride or die all day long.